When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Be wary of the man who urges an action in which he himself incurs no risk. The things hardest to bear are sweetest to remember. Someone despises me. That's their problem. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. The mind that is anxious about the future is miserable. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. If you find yourself acting to impress others, or avoiding action out of fear of what they might think, you have left the path. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, because an artful life requires being prepared to meet and withstand sudden and unexpected attacks. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. Here is a rule to remember in future, when anything tempts you to feel bitter. Not, this is misfortune, but, to bear this worthily is good fortune. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess. and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Suffering arises from trying to control what is uncontrollable, or from neglecting what is within our power. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. The essence of philosophy is that a man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things. No matter what happens, it is within my power to turn it to my advantage. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. Whoever does wrong, wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice does it to himself, making himself evil. Don't seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and all will be well with you. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. And why should we feel anger at the world, as if the world would notice? There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power or our will. Stop allowing your mind to be a slave, to be jerked about by selfish impulses, to kick against fate in the present, and to mistrust the future. Difficulty shows what men are. In banquets, remember that you entertain two guests, body and soul, and whatever you shall have given to the body you soon eject, but what you shall have given to the soul you keep always. Is freedom anything other than the right to live as we wish? Nothing else. Our plans miscarry because they have no aim. When a man does not know what harbor he is making for, no wind is the right wind. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. You become what you give your attention to. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself in your way of thinking. Confine yourself to the present. Give me by all means the shorter and nobler life, instead of one that is longer but of less account. A smart person fights passion, but a fool becomes its slave. What you don't desire for yourself, don't desire for others. You don't like to be a slave, don't make others a slave. Time discovers truth.